Hey, so yo, welcome back, man. This is Millennial Minds. We kind of usually, have my co-host Will here, but today we got my man Slade, the engineer. He's back.
Yeah, yo, I'm back from Dubai. What's up? I'm the engineer. And
Usually,
then, well, I left. We had our assistant, and she did great, by the way, with the videos. And now I'm back. So
yeah,
your time's up.
usually, yeah. You out of here, JoJo. Not just playing. No, but usually, yeah. If y'all remember, you see Slade's head in the background. We talked about him a lot. Definitely tune in for episode 7 when that comes out next week. We're gonna kind of dive into Slade and his trip in Dubai a little bit too. But today we're just gonna kind of talk about something a little bit different. We kind of want to tackle the views on bullying. Like I think bullying is like a hot topic. With just how everything's going on with the
Yeah, from
cyber age and everything too.
different points of views. And
So real quick, I mean, have you ever been bullied, Slade?
I have in high school. There's this one time where it's kind of funny, but the football player came into like the what is it in front of the gym. It was like that area called outside.
Like the I don't know, like the courtyard.
Yeah, like the courtyard area.
Courtyard,
Yeah, yeah.
okay,
So
okay.
got his friends and stuff. Took my arms, held me down, and tried to peg me with a football from 4 feet away.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Damn, that's messed up. So freed one of my arms and went up to the dude. He was probably way like throwing the football. Put my hand up, bat that shit down, and ran away.
And ran away. And he ever messed with you again, or was just like that
No,
was just like a
because
one-time
I think
occurrence?
I messed with him. He's like, I didn't expect for this fool to run up to me and
Yeah, yeah,
that was
yeah.
a crazy thing. I think I don't know, but no, he didn't.
But that's usually what happens.
But then I kept my distance away too. That's what.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You gotta.
So he probably just said, you know what, let me just leave this guy alone. Because
Yeah.
most times I think when people get bullied, it's something that they
Right.
if they know they can keep bullying you, then they're just gonna feed off that. But if you kind of stand up for yourself, a lot of bullies do back off. For me personally, when I grew up, I know a lot of people don't expect this whenever I tell them, but I was bullied heavy as a child. I actually, I've spoke about it before, but I grew up in Japan, so I used to go to 2 different schools every year. I go to Japanese school, then I go to English school, whatever. When I went to Japanese school, I don't know why, because I have an older brother, and he's about 2 years older than me. Didn't get bullied, but I guess for being half American, half Japanese, I got picked on a lot. And in Japanese school, it was a little more intense. Like they would actually they would crowd me and beat the shit out of me, and that happened all the time. I actually have like a scar right here from it. But I think with time, you kind of I had to deal with that growing up. I was really shy, introvert.
Same.
So I didn't really want to be bothered or mess with
Yeah.
anybody. So being a target like that, it's kind of overwhelming, and you kind of start to dislike school and stuff. So I personally, when it comes to bullying, it kind of hits me a little bit harder. But looking at today's society, compared to when we were kids,
All angles, man.
It's
You
all
can't
angles.
hide from it.
exactly, because back in the day it was all right, let me just make it through school.
Yeah.
But when I get home, I'm in my safe haven. But now with cyberbullying, social media, people can and people can be anonymous, and that's a whole nother realm.
You don't want to get picked on by anonymous.
Yeah, and anonymous, and I mean, I'm Twitter. I heard
Yeah.
Twitter's intense. People will go at you, So I can only imagine just growing up in that environment where, you
Can
get
I ask how many social media apps you have?
social media apps. Jeez, all right. So I had
Because these are all places that you can be bullied from, right? And you gotta watch out for yourself.
yeah.
But how many?
I mean, it depends because some apps die out, some apps increase. But I guess the main one I use are Instagram and Snapchat really. But I mean, I have a Facebook. I used to have a MySpace back in the day. So,
Same,
but
yeah.
I remember when people used to bully people on MySpace or on Facebook. Everyone would just troll on somebody, and for guys,
page.
yeah, usually it's fun. I remember on MySpace we used to do a bulletin war, where we used to post a picture of somebody, and then everyone would call each other up and be like, "Yo, you need to get on here and roast them." Granted, it was usually the people on the basketball team that were just joking with each other, but there were people that would really get made fun of online.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I definitely get that. But I know you don't really.
No, I had a Facebook, and then I used it high school. But I think after I left out of high school, maybe a little bit of college, I just stopped using it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. For me, I haven't really been a target of cyberbullying. I've never had to experience that, so I don't really know. When it comes to that. But real life bullying, like being like as a kid, growing up as a kid, like that did bother me. Actually, I know at like a local middle school near us, actually, there was like I think a girl. She's like in seventh or eighth grade, and she actually committed suicide because she she posted like I guess like nudes and sent it to a guy, and he actually went out and like sent it to everybody. You know,
That's messed up.
which is messed up.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was she sent it to him or if it was like maybe it was leaked. I don't know what the situation was, but from what I heard, like that's embarrassing, especially growing up seventh, eighth grade. As a girl, I'm sure you understand like it's tough.
And if the parents or family find out about that guy, they can press charges to that guy, and then like he could go to jail and stuff
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
happens.
And I didn't really read into how like what the consequences and what happened afterwards,
Mm.
but yeah, like that was a pretty bad
Yeah,
situation. Another thing for me.
It's like body shaming.
Yeah, yeah, like body shaming. That's why, like, I know with like Instagram, it's very like taking your pictures and stuff. Like, I can see people. They might not maybe openly comment on there, but they might like have their extra group chats where they talk bad about people and stuff. And I feel
Yeah.
like come on, like
You don't
people.
have to.
I don't know. I feel like people are on there to like kind of show their best life and kind of be there to.
Yeah.
It's like a positive thing,
You
but
want to encourage each other.
yeah, yeah. That's what I think. That's what I think social media is for.
Instagram.
It's not. I think like Instagram gets perceived as people just trying to like flex their own like this look how great I'm doing.
Yeah.
But you're not on there to post how bad you're doing. You're just posting like the good things, like when you travel, or maybe like if you're a foodie, like the type of different foods you like to eat. Like I think it's more of an informational tool. But again, I'm old school, so I see it a little different. But maybe the newer age sees it as like cloud and like popularity, like with likes and follows. So I don't know. That's just a whole nother realm. I mean,
By the way, I'll get an Instagram eventually.
no, you have to, but you have to for the pod. You have
For
to
the
for the
pod,
pod,
right,
yeah.
right.
So we're gonna get you on there, cause I mean, and like you travel a lot of places, so like that'd be interesting for us to see like where you go and stuff,
Yeah, and then if I lose my phone again, I can definitely contact you guys.
Yeah, bro, you like went ghost for like 4 or 5, but we'll talk. We're gonna talk about that in the next episode. All right, we're gonna talk about that in the next episode. But no, but with like bullying and stuff, like physically, going to school and getting bullied over and over again can cause consequences. At my old high school, there was a kid. I think he kind of kept to himself. He was like a gamer, and he just went to school, hung out with his friends. But I know there was a kid that kept bullying him every day at the bus stop, and one day he ended up shooting himself. He was, I think, a sophomore in high school, a freshman in high school, and one of the statistics I looked up is just people that were victims of being bullied. They end up, they're like 2 to 9 times more likely to commit suicide. So like I think growing up as kids, we can kind of be cruel and we can be brutal, but I think it's being more conscious of that and saying, you know what, maybe I took it too far, and realizing that it is messing with other people in ways that can like really mess them up. Yeah, I don't know, it's intense, but I think I kind of wonder like but bullying doesn't just start in high school. It has to be rooted somewhere. And I know we were talking off air just earlier, but you said that bullying sometimes can come from the household.
From the house, yep.
Why do you say that?
Well, family and stuff. Parents maybe not agreeing about stuff, and then they start arguing.
Yeah.
And the kid sees. I mean, I grew up with a single parent, so I mean, I'm thankful for that. I have an extended family, like uncles and grandparents and stuff like that. So I got points of views from everybody, and I don't know, somehow became a well-rounded, I guess, person. People say, but what was I saying? Just that household. I don't know. Everyone's different in their household. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, because you're saying that maybe because like you grew up in like a single household, it was like you and your mom, so it's like
right.
There was no arguing. You guys had to be there for each other. Versus like maybe someone in a household where maybe the parents would argue all the time, or maybe lack of attention, or maybe the parents are abusive. So then now you're projecting that at school. You know what I'm saying? So maybe then you're going and taking it out on other people because you feel like maybe your situation isn't as good as other people
see,
have it.
A bullied person goes to school and sees like just innocence
Yeah,
everywhere, and he wants to take advantage of that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's nowadays people. It's easy to do. Just take advantage of people. Try to manipulate. It's
But the thing is, I kind of see bullying as like a virus because, so I mentioned I was bullied as a kid, so with time as I got older, I didn't want to be bullied anymore. I didn't know how to handle I didn't know how to get rid of that. So instead of, fighting it, I joined it. So then there was a time frame where I just joined the bullies and we just picked on the weaker kids. Not something I'm proud of, but something I'm willing to admit, and I know that like a lot of people dealt with that. But my mindset was like, well, I don't want to be picked on anymore. So if I just join in and laugh at this kid, then I'm off the hook. They're not gonna make fun of me anymore. And I think that's something that like people do, to kind of get out of. You don't want to be the bottom of the totem pole,
I mean, going back to school. I mean, I don't know, the times at lunch, right? But we weren't really bullied though, because we had our basketball crew.
Well, then that's what it was. Like, yeah, being
between on our basketball crew, and then like other people we knew from parties and stuff. If you were in that like just group, being surrounded by people you're comfortable with, you.
But sometimes, you can't be fortunate to just assume. What if you're not an athlete, or what if you're not? What if even if it's not an athletic thing?
It's time to get into like running or some shit.
Or like, but not even that. But I'm just saying, like, just even if you're in any kind of, you need to find a group. You need to find, we are at the end of the day social creatures. We want to be accepted in society.
All animals are social.
So you want, so I think, but some people are natural loners or they're shy. Like trust me, I'm super shy. But the only thing that really got me over that hump was
there's a balance.
But nah, I mean, but look, so I think when people, you get bullied, you become a bully, right? But then there's like, it's kind of like when I feel like you're getting bullied, there are positives to getting bullied. So just to finish kind of like my story, I joined being bullied or bullying people. And then from there, I went and I said, I want to be a part of that because I was in that person's shoe. I understood. So then I kind of cut myself off from that. I became more of not a loner.
Yeah, you become more.
Yeah, I became stronger. I decided instead of being bullied, I need to take action and do something about it because growing up, I wasn't the most athletic kid. I wasn't the sports guy growing up. I was a crybaby. I was a little weenie hut. I used to cry all the time for the dumbest things. But I ended up just picking up sports. My mom pushed me in sports. I was playing basketball, ice hockey. I was just playing anything my mom would put me in. I was doing it, and I just started working out like crazy, just to the point where like I just want to get to a point where no one can mess with me. And then luckily with time, then I ended up making the basketball team, and then like that's what kind of took off, and I didn't like. But I do hold resentments towards that, and I've always told myself that if I ever witness anyone actually being like really bullied, that I'd always step in. And since then, I've always kept my word to it. Where I would try to stand up to someone that was a bully. I remember times just growing up, like I would be scared where I'd be hearing people like picking on someone, and I'd be scared to confront them. But I've always confronted them to stop it. Luckily, nothing bad has happened. What?
Courage.
Yeah, it's courage, but it's just not. I don't know. You don't want. I don't know. I understand why people don't want that, and I always want to extend my hand. Like whenever I notice someone that's being like uncomfortable, like I don't know if you noticed, like at a party or something, someone's like really uncomfortable, and I always have this like need where like, all right, well, I'm gonna go over there and try to talk to them to make them feel comfortable because I'd want that. You see what I'm saying? You always want to feel wanted. You know. So if anyone's ever reached out to me because they just want someone to talk to, I've never turned away a hand because I feel like if I were to like reach out to somebody, I would want that as well. So it's deep. It's deep. Now bullying is like on social media more so like fighting. Back in our day, you get like if there's guys where like you're bullying you take it out and you would scrap it out and that was that. Now it's like social media trolling and like getting a gang of people to just keep attacking you. Is trolling really like bullying? Well, not trolling like not like the fellas it's trolling. Like
trying to act stupid as a defense against the other person. Yeah, okay, so it's not trolling, but I guess like targeting. Like maybe girls might target like another girl because they don't like the way she dresses, or maybe they feel intimidated by her. Whatever the case may be, they might all hone in on her. Like not guys are a little bit different. We don't really. I don't think guys really kind of do that whole thing. We just troll, laugh a little bit. Other dude goes all right, whatever, and we just keep pushing. But if it gets serious or gets personal, then that's more so. Hey, we're gonna handle this. In person. I feel like for girls it's mainly,
You know, and you'll tell me if I'm wrong. You know, you tell me if I'm wrong, but that's just my thing. But anyways, that's here nor there. So they're in this program. They saw someone witnessed getting a royal flush.
Exactly, and they stepped in. It's not their like duty to. I guess I don't know. He said like they don't just go tell. He's like I'm not a tattletailer, but I step in and like I help stop the situation. Yeah. They're teaching them to do instead of
the hall monitor.
So wait, so do the hall monitors? Do they have
kids?
It's so in this program you can sign up and kind of be like a buddy, like where you're gonna go around and make sure that no one's getting picked on. So if anyone I'm guessing this program, if a kid feels like he's getting picked on, instead of reaching out to a teacher, which actually might be a lot harder to do, right? If you're getting bullied, for me when I used to get bullied, I was really scared to tell anybody. My mom didn't know for years. My brother, I eventually told her when I was like grown. I was like, yeah, by the way, like this happened all the time. She had no idea. See what I'm saying? But that's something that I was scared to tell my mom because I didn't want my mom to feel a type of way. But I think with time, one of my teachers ended up catching them, beating me up one time. So she had to like check them. They still did it anyways. But if I maybe came forward and made actions about it, then maybe that would have been prevented. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So. But maybe if they had a program like that.
Would you sign up for this program?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, I would.
I'll sign up for it right now if I could. So Jojo, let me know. Let me know if your nephew
shows up to school.
Needs me to be their buddy.
Hell yeah.
But no, but I think that's why they kind of have stuff like that, like a Big Brother programs where like you can kind of be there for these kids that maybe don't have that role model in their life. But that's cool. That's cool. So like you can sign up for this program and do that. Would you sign up?
Absolutely.
You should, as you should.
But I'm not in school anymore. But I don't know how this works.
Well, no, you can't. Now it'd be weird if you. No, it'd be weird now if you showed up at an elementary school to beat up little kids. But I'm just saying, like, but like if you were at that time, I wish they had that at my time.
With like some whole gloves, yeah. But no.
No, but I mean like, no, that'd be nuts. We did say your superhero is Hulk.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So that's weird that you brought that up. But no, I mean, like for me, like growing up as a kid, if I had that program, maybe I would have been more likely to reach out to someone who's my peer and handle that. Actually, that reminds me, my brother. Like my brother was really popular when we were young, and I had a cousin, and he used to get bullied all the time by this one kid. His mom knew, like the school knew, but no one did anything about it. It just kind of happened, and the kid wouldn't stop. So my mom told my brother, "Yo, you need to go handle that." My brother had kind of a lot of pull in school, so he went over and checked them, and then that was that. But that was just being, a peer-to-peer versus like an adult or, authority. It was just like, hey, yo, just chill. And then like the dude laid off, and that was it. So I guess like, yeah, so that's a good point you brought up. Definitely. Maybe you can like maybe find like a link of like maybe that program of them talking about it. We'll put it in like the descriptions. Oh, she's going to find it, and we're going to put in descriptions, all right? Oh, yeah. It wasn't even a question. It's just what we're going to do. No bully, though. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Help to protect people from being bullied.
Yeah, no, I think so. I mean, some things I think you can do if you are getting bullied. I think this would be a good point to kind of bring up. For me personally, man, I mean, dude, don't listen to other people. I think when you're growing up as a kid, you think it's your whole world, man. I used to think everybody hated me. I don't know what was going on. Why wasn't I liked? And I think that was a big issue for me. But honestly, being original, being your own person. The like-minded people will gravitate towards you, and you're gonna have friends for like a lifetime. So that's something I did. Find a hobby that you like. For me, I love sports, so all I did was play sports. You make friends that way. Join club. I mean, it doesn't have to be sport. If you're not athletic and that's not your thing, dope. There's gaming communities. I know Jojo, I know you play games, but like people will just my brother has friends that he's played games with for years. You know what I'm saying? But like. That's like your community. You just got to find people that are like you. I joined an anime club in high school, and just around people that liked anime. They weren't jocks or anything, but we all liked anime, so we just chill and talk about it. So, kind of getting out of that comfort zone and stop worrying about who your friends are. I've had a lot of times where people would be like, yo, you friends with them? But yeah, that's my friend. So like you kind of have to stand by who you're with. Don't be embarrassed with who you're with and stuff. So those are things that are important to me. Do you think there's anything that you'd want to tell someone that's being bullied?
Ooh, just you're not alone. Never feel alone, I guess. Yeah. Always know that there's somebody like.
Just reach out to somebody. Yeah. There could be somebody else. I mean, I feel like if you're alone, find somebody else that's sitting alone at the lunch table and go sit next to them and try to have a conversation with them. You just kill two birds with one stone. That's my thing.
Yeah. And my thing is, just be yourself. Sure.
I mean, it worked out
Honestly,
for Slade.
you just, well, yeah. It all comes from within. Definitely. Just be yourself, and yeah, I mean that's the foundation that I got. I don't know what else.
Well, I mean, that's how we met Slade. I know if you guys heard the origin story.
Back from school.
Back from school, we all went to a brand new high school. And we all moved here from different places, in the world. So when we all got here, we didn't really know each other. But Slade ended up joining. He didn't make the basketball. He wasn't.
It was from conditioning.
But we did conditioning together. He was trying out for the team, and we were
Run
all
my
out there.
ass off to have some friends.
You got to think you're running. Yeah, you're running. Everyone's running. You're sweating together. You're like struggling
running past
together.
the cheerleaders, and it's like, oh gosh.
Yeah, but afterwards we're all tired and we're all complaining about and that's how we all became friends. So I think that's just
Create
something
a bond.
you create a bond. Hey, let's go shoot some hoops after school, or like we meet up at the rec center. We'd all just ball all night. So,
it's funny to bring this up, but y'all remember? Okay, so after basketball conditioning, I had to go home and I put myself in a tub of ice, dude.
Oh, for real?
I was done, dead done.
No, I was dead, but I would just go out and just keep training more.
Crazy. And then I remember the crazy story. I remember, I think Steve called my house, like back when we had landlines. So he called the house. My mom answered, and she was like, "No, he's sleeping or something. He can't." Because y'all were trying to go to the rec, I think, after basketball conditioning. But I was in the tub. I was like, ice, just trying to, yeah. But yeah, basketball conditioning, became good friends and got a bond.
Do you feel like that made bullying not affect you guys as much? Just being in a group of people, having that.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
A squad.
For me, I think I grew up.
Numbers.
Yeah, it's a thing of numbers. Like I grew up in like a military household, so I used to move every year to 2 or 3 years. So I was used to going to new schools all the time. I hated it. That's why I hated making new friends. So one thing that I always did was, after school, I'd go to the basketball courts, no matter what, or whatever sport it was, soccer. I would join any kind of sport. And then once you get there, that's how you meet all the guys, right? Then you get all the guys as your friends, and then eventually, the girls come too, But that's a whole nother subject for another day. But all seriousness, guys, I just want to talk about bullying because it's something that's really near and dear to my heart. Definitely affected me growing up, made me, more conscious of I don't want other people to be affected by it. So I just really want to touch base on this, But if any of you guys ever struggle with it, always find a friend. You guys can honestly DM the Sweeterman podcast on Instagram, or honestly comment. If you notice, we comment, or we at least interact with everybody that comments on our stuff. Honestly, DM us personally to me, and you can talk to me if you get bullied, and I'll walk you through it for real. It's not a problem with me. I take this very serious.
Very serious.
Yeah.
You got firsthand experiences over here, but I can give you maybe a philosophical
guide. He's our little spirit animal.
Yeah, from traveling.
But we're glad to have Slade back. Our team is finally fully intact. I hope you guys like this. Let me know how you guys feel, because I know we usually do me, Will, and T. How do you guys like it with Slade in the camera? We might have to give you some FaceTime now a little bit. But definitely, you guys, appreciate it. We're out. Good.
Peace.
Take it easy. Peace.